Did I start? Okay, I started. What's your name?
My name is Jane Cassidy.
Where are you from?
I am from New York originally, New
Oh,
York City.
how long have you been here?
I've been in LA in the area for the last 4 years. I went to school in California and I just moved to LA like 6 months ago.
Oh, cool. What did you study?
Media studies and creative writing.
Oh, okay. How'd you hear about 826?
I'd always wanted to intern here when I was in school because I wanted to get involved with like organizations that like taught kids creative writing and got them into workshops. But my school was like an hour away, over an hour away, and I didn't have a car, so I didn't really ever get to do it. And then once I moved here, I was like, oh, I'm finally going to get involved. So.
Okay. Do you have any siblings?
I have two half siblings, but they're like one is in their my half sister's in her 40s, and my half brother is in his 30s. So I didn't really get to know them.
Oh, okay. So how old are you?
I'm 22.
Okay. And you live here, right?
Yeah, in Koreatown.
Oh, cool. Do you live with roommates?
Hmm?
You live with roommates?
Yeah, I live with two other girls I went to school with.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Let's see. What do you usually do here at 826? Like the tutoring, or is there?
It really varies. Sometimes I help out with the after-school tutoring. In the last couple of weeks, I was helping out a lot with the in-schools and personal statement tutoring because that was like what was happening. And I guess I just do like tasks that they ask us to. I did some like development stuff for a while, but haven't really been recently.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, I'm just around.
What do you notice that, like, I know you guys try to enforce like writing. That's like a big thing here. How do you think, or why do you think they're struggling?
Why do you think? What do you mean?
Like the kids, like what do they need most help in? Like what area?
I think in general, I mean, from my perspective, I guess, I feel like writing is like a difficult thing to teach and to like make kids enjoy doing. Like even with the prompts that we have, like I read them and I'm like, oh, that sounds really fun. Like you get to write about this, and then I'm like, oh, it's like work.
Yeah.
It's like really difficult. I don't know. I feel like they just react to it like it's another assignment. Not all of them, but some of them. What was that? Why it's really difficult? That was the question. So I feel like I'm not sure exactly why, but I just think because so many kids will often like see it as work rather than as something fun to do, and I'm not sure what the exact solution would be other than to try to like emphasize it like the other way.
Okay. What group of kids do you feel most comfortable with? Like girls or boys, or you have no preference?
Mostly, I mean, I definitely, when I started out, I was mostly working with girls. But now that I've been here for a while, I feel like I don't have much of a preference anymore.
Oh, okay. Let's see. Sorry, it's kind of like impromptu.
No,
it's like really last minute, so I'm gonna think.
I understand that.
Okay.
Take your time.
Let's see.
I did many things last minute for school.
Yeah, because we have to focus on you and kind of connect. How did you get here with the help of like gender norms and like language and
like how did I start working here?
Basically, it's just like a bunch of things we have to put together. So I just have to think of it.
Is it an undergrad program?
Yeah. Let's see. The kids that you work with, do you notice they like group up, like the boys and the boys and the girls and the girls?
Yeah.
A lot?
Definitely. Well, the younger kids, yeah.
Do you think that affects like how they work in their studies?
From what I've seen, I feel like the girls are usually like more diligent and like more calm. Like there are definitely some that will get distracted either way.
Yeah.
But I feel like they're just like calmer, get their work done, and then just like quietly read or play games. Like they seem like a better influence on each other. And then I feel like there are some boys like that too, but they always seem a lot more like rowdy and energetic and are always like running around and screaming and stuff.
Yeah.
So I think that's kind of where the preference comes from too. Like they can often be a little harder to work with, and I feel like they usually want to work with other boys too. Or not all of them, obviously, but some of them.
Okay. What do you want to do with your experience at 826?
I'm not too sure yet. I just graduated from school back in May, so I'm kind of just exploring.
Oh.
I really liked working with kids, and I feel like that's something I'd like to continue doing, but I'm not sure yet. Right now I'm just like applying to jobs in different nonprofits and kind of just hoping to like work at an organization that I like really agree with, like their mission and everything that they're doing.
Right.
So that's something important to me, so.
Oh, okay. Is there something that you don't agree with? Or what are some things you don't agree with?
Well, I guess the reason I'm saying that is because right now I'm working at American Apparel, which I do not agree with.
Oh, right. Like the work, like ethics and all that? Or?
Yeah, just like the advertising or like the, just like, I don't know, I'm not really crazy about working in retailer for like massive corporations. Like I'd rather work at a place where I feel like I'm contributing to something that I like strongly identify with. You know?
Oh, is that why you're attracted to 826?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. Are there other organizations before this that you were involved with that had to do with kids?
Not really. This is actually my first time working with kids, even though I'd always wanted to do it. I don't think so.
No? Okay.
No, I don't remember.
Let's see. So you grew up an only child? Kind of. And
Well,
then,
I like didn't know like my siblings, so pretty much
oh,
I
okay.
like saw them like once every couple of years or something.
Did growing up, were you did your parents kind of push you into a certain direction? Like maybe you did sports, or did you do more girl activities or boy activities?
Well, I guess actually this might be helpful is that when I was growing up, my first language was Russian. My parents are Russian, like they came from Moscow and St. Petersburg in like the 80s. So I was like first generation and I didn't really speak English until I went to school. And I feel like they like had a really like strong like work ethic and were always encouraging me to do the same, like always like work really, really hard. And like constantly be at school, like get into all the most advanced classes, like all that sort of thing.
Oh, okay.
And, like eventually like apply to all these really good colleges. They were like really like adamant about all that stuff.
Right.
But in terms of gender things, I mean, I feel like I was kind of a tomboy until I got to middle school. But like after that, I feel like, I mean, most of my friends were just like both.
Oh, okay.
I don't feel like one way, like I don't feel like I was doing anything, especially like considered like girl oriented versus boy or whatever.
Do you see that more now? Like the kids you, like at that age, you see girls kind of only reading girl books or only dressing in girls. Because I know some of the kids, like they'll have like backpacks with certain characters on them, or girls would be wearing certain clothes. Like, is it more prominent here?
Yeah, I still see that difference. I mean, yeah, just like they seem to be reading different books or like dressing differently, talking about different things. Like how like the boys are always like, talking about video games or like certain movies or something, and I feel like girls are more talking about like stickers and clothes.
That's true. Do you think if like at this age we were to push them to kind of communicate boys with girls more, that they're learning would it be different, like the way they like ride or do other things?
I do. I mean, because it's like hard for me to say like what creates those kinds of splits and like who's responsible for it. You know, if like anybody. I mean, I do think it would be helpful, but at the same time, I'm not sure how that would be done. Like, I don't know, when I think about it now, I feel like a lot of the stuff that creates those separations is, like, often coming from, like, media or advertising and stuff like that. So I feel like if that played less of a role, then maybe it wouldn't be so, like, separate.
Yeah.
But also, like, that could just be my, like, school background talk.
Oh, that's right. You have a background in that.
But, yeah. I mean, I feel like it would be helpful if it was more integrated and would definitely, like, help kids later on to just, like, respect each other more and, like, work in more of a community. but at this, yeah, I just don't really know how to create those changes. Because like even if we encourage it, I feel like there are also bigger things that are still affecting.
Yeah. So where do you see yourself in 5 years? That classic question.
I've been thinking about that a lot recently. I'm hoping to eventually go to an MFA program and to study creative writing and like fiction or some kind of like cross-genre thing. And I want to do that eventually. I don't know. I used to think I wanted to do it right after college. Now I'm thinking I want to wait a while. But I'm hoping to eventually do that and then either teach at a college level or just like keep helping out with organizations like this.
Awesome.
Although I don't really ever see myself like a high school teacher or something.
Okay.
Too much.
Cool. That's actually it. Thank you.